haven't read a piece of journalism that has made me feel this hopeful as this San Francisco Standard piece since before November 5th, 2024. So let's talk about it. This is Curtis Yarvin. This is the guy behind the ideology that this administration is pushing. Let's read an excerpt from his 2008 manifesto. So he's the guy behind the Dark Enlightenment movement. This is what all the technocrats follow. So here we go. The liquidation of democracy, the Constitution, and the rule of law, followed by the transfer of power to a CEO-in-chief like Steve Jobs or Mark Anderson. The CEO king could transform the government into a heavily armed, ultra-profitable corporation that could retire all government employees, kill the press, and incarcerate decivilized populations. I don't know if some of you may have followed me after my semi-viral post about techno-feudalism. My ideas and pattern recognition were driven from those things, like that manifesto. Yarvin wrote a Substack entry talking about how his ideology is failing, that the Trump administration is not accelerating things. Yarvin's an accelerationist, by the way. We've talked about that on my page as well. The Trump administration is not accelerating things as quickly to his liking. If it stalls, it explodes and it fails. And in his Substack, he's warning everyone that's behind his ideology, that's behind this movement, to have a plan B by 2029, and he's considering fleeing the country because the second revolution, and he means the Trump revolution, is going to be so much worse. He talked about how in 2020 their attempt at an insurrection failed, but that revolutions get stronger, and that as the Trump movement dissipates, these people are going to come after him, and he's afraid of also being under Democratic persecution if the Trump administration loses the Congress to Democrats. And he's afraid. Good. As Trump has been in office for like 9 months now, I've said that this ends one of three ways, right? Like, at least for our country and our situation, that either things internally collapse because you have too many cooks in the kitchen, right? They're all using the same means. They're using Trump, his ideas, his movement, but they all have different ends, and they may internally collapse, which then brings us to a power vacuum, which is also super scary, because what if somebody like Peter Thiel comes into place and says, okay, I'm taking over the country? Internal collapse, outside military force, but we're the United States of America. I don't see an outside military coming in, or the people rise up and resist. That he sees these things failing is good. That means whatever we feel like we're doing, whether we feel like it's powerless, that we're not doing anything, that we're not taking enough action, we are, because they feel like they're failing.